From Game Genie to Game Sharks. Without these, can you still beat them games?
Let's chat about that.
Welcome back to the Chat Room Podcast. I'm your legendary Joku with my superstar,
CJ.
And today's episode, we'll be talking about some of those hard games that you can probably beat, maybe with the Game Genie or the Game Shark.
Well, you can definitely beat it with this Game Genie, but try to do it without it.
So we got some of the hardest games, not all of them, but if you guys want to at least put them down in below in the chat, in the comments down below, let us know what is your hardest game.
Yes.
Before we start talking, please head up to our other channels, the Italian Samurai and also Super CJ's World. Make sure you guys check out, I'll put all the links in the description. Also, check out my merch, or our merch shop now, where we can get perfect hacks like that. And hopefully we'll be getting some new podcast shirts. I'm going to be making a version 2 of the shirt. I have a version 1, so we're making a version 2. And also, please hit that notification bell to subscribe.
Like.
And also to share and comment down below of the stuff we're going to be talking about in the video. So we're going to be talking about, probably on our list, it looks like mostly retro games.
Mostly.
I'll probably talk about some Xbox, at least one series. But we're talking about some of those games that we can't beat when we're kids. And till today, we still can't beat them shits. Because they're so goddamn hard.
Or if we actually did beat it, it was only one time. And every other time you tried...
Well, sometimes you say one time, there's that one game. So we're going to start off with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the NES. My wife beat it one time. I never beaten it.
I've only beaten it one time. I
never even got past the dam. Well, actually, no. I did get past the dam. I just never got past the city part of the dam. So, and I don't even think that was a Game Genie.
Yes, it was.
See, and that's probably why.
Now, did you ever see the very ending of that game? Even by watching someone play it?
Nope.
You fight the Technodrome.
Well, I know you go to the Technodrome. That's the last.
You're outside and you're fighting it. And you're having to hit the giant eye on top of it, the way they had in the cartoon.
I have no idea. Yeah. So, like I said, never really got past the little city from after the dam, because I usually try to go to the dam and basically lose all my turtles. It's not till my wife told me. She goes, "Oh, you can go rescue the turtles."
Yeah.
And then you can come back to your outlet. I did not know that shit.
Like I said, you gotta think back then. We didn't have information like YouTube or anything like that.
Well, most of the stuff, because the next game we're going to be talking about soon is there's, people, in school, or it's in a book or something.
Yeah,
but
guide, people at school you knew. That's how you got your guide and your information.
Exactly. So, yeah, Turtles was pretty hard, because there's so many damn so many damn ads, on the damn thing flying at you. It's kind of hard to jump and do all this stuff. I always use Donatello.
Donatello was probably your best bet for that game, because he's got such a long distance.
Exactly. I think the first boss you fight, or the second one when you fight,
which was I think you first fight is Bebop.
Yeah, the main boss. So you kind of stay. There's just little stairs up there. You just stay up there and just kind of use your bow and just hit them.
Yeah,
that's what.
Now, if you weren't using him, like if you're using Raphael, which is stupid, you have to fight him flat on, and he just charges you all the time, and he'll shoot
his laser guns at you.
Yeah, it's like, good God, man.
So yeah, that's where I use Donatello the most, and like I said, I never played that game all the way through, and I think at the time we didn't even have the Game Genie at the time. I don't think it was out before.
I know I didn't when I first started playing it. I don't think we got the Game Genie until like a couple years later, and then I was like, I'll put it in with the game. I'm like, finally, I can try to.
I think what it is that when we got the Game Genie, I think I got rid of the game. I was like, fuck this thing. Because it was actually a Christmas present for me, and it was like for whatever.
Really?
Like, yeah. And I'm like, this is cool, Turtles, and go in my room and play. I'm like, this game's hard, and
you're like, this shit is fucking pissing me off, man.
And at the time, you couldn't break your controls because you're a kid, so you don't have a job, and you can't buy your controllers. You're like, Mom, look, my controller's broken. Why are you playing this game? So yeah, I think I got rid of the game or just give it to. I mean, at the time there was no GameStop or anything. You couldn't just trade games.
Well, yeah.
in.
I mean, you probably went to things like Walmart, even back then, Kmart, Toys R Us, maybe.
Yeah, we had Toys R Us, but they didn't really trade games in like you
No,
nowadays,
you
but
didn't. It's like
I think you had. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if there was any like Trader Games stores out
you
there.
could like return it,
No, I had the game for at least a.
and I think that's about all you can do.
Yeah, but I had the game for like at least a year before I got rid of it. And I think I just got. I think we
Probably
just.
just.
I think we just went to a pawn shop or something, or one of those.
That's
type
right.
things.
I mean, you could have done it that way too. So.
Yeah, just like or one of those trader games. The next game was on my list is Contra.
Yeah.
Now that one there,
Oh.
even without the game Genie, they still had the code in there. You know,
Tsunami code, the famous code.
exactly. I mean, what the down, up, down, whatever it is.
Yeah, I can't remember what the hell it is.
But that code I was watching on YouTube went for like other games that were
Yeah.
for the, yeah. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I mean that one give you lives, right?
Yeah, I think I think it give you like I think 99 lives or something like that. I think it was.
But that game is so damn hard by the time you get to like the very
You
end.
probably depleted most of those
Yeah.
lives.
So yeah, Contra. I never beat the game either because, like, again, even with the up, down, what left, right,
Yeah.
and all that stuff, I still died.
And at that time, I didn't even know about that code.
No,
and
no.
I never beat the game.
And
Ever.
and the thing is that that's also too where enemies just like pop all on the screen like out of nowhere.
And it ain't just the enemies just popping on the screen. You got fucking bullets and missiles flying at you.
So
every
even when
which way.
even when you get like the special, like yeah, because my favorite special for Contra was the spread.
See, yours was a spread. That was my second favorite. I liked the heat seeker bullets. Where you just fire.
But see, the thing is like you get those, and then you get hit by something.
Oh, yeah, you'll
and
still
then you
get
lose
hit.
it. You lose it.
and it's like, God damn it.
Yeah. Now, I played Contra. I think I played Super C, which was Contra 2. And then I also played Contra Hard Corps, which was for the Sega.
Yeah, see, it was only the first Contra I ever played up until I played the demo for the new one they had for the Switch.
You never played any Contras for the Super?
No.
You guys never had any Contras for the Super?
We only had it for the Nintendo and the game scarred me. It was like every time we had it, I'm like, no, fuck this shit.
So yeah, even from like the Nintendo and stuff like that, you know, and then we had it for the Sega, which Contra Hard Corps. Even that game was hard as hell. They had 2 more characters in there, so you can be a guy or
So
girl.
it was like a 4 character selection.
It was 4 character selections, but you only have 2 people on the board.
Oh, okay.
But you had a guy, you had a girl, and then you had a robot, and then you had like a wolf.
That's right, for the Sega one, right?
Yeah, it's called Super.
Yeah, because
it was called Contra Hard Corps.
I think it was a week ago when I was trying to figure out a recording for my channel, and I was just playing. I went on Sega, and I went onto it, and I'm like,
it's there.
And I was like, who is this?
You'll break your controller. Trust me.
I went on it for a little bit. I'm like, nope, this is not gonna.
Even me and my brother played that game, you know, together, and we still couldn't fucking fight it. And
yeah,
it was tough. It was
extremely.
Tough. I don't think there was a Game Genie for the Sega. If there is,
yes, there was.
Okay, yes. I remember watching a YouTuber. Yes, there was. But yeah, we didn't have it for that. But it was still rough. That game was still one of my top. Like I said, we're not doing any, you know, all the hard games. Like I said, there are multiples out there. But I'm saying for our experience and stuff like that.
Not exactly really ranking them. We're just basically just
listing
them.
Exactly.
All
We're
these
just exactly
rage fuel games.
Yep. Back in the day. I mean, nowadays, you can put codes in, and it makes it easier. But we're talking about back in the day, before anything, or at least trying to say, like, can you beat these games without the Game Genie and Game Shark, just straight on, without any codes. The next one I know we talked about was Battletoads.
Battletoads.
It was basically
that game running time. I'm gonna tell you right now was fucking agony.
Mm-hmm. Again, you ever beaten it?
No.
Nope, never beaten it either. It got to the point where I said, I'm done.
It ain't worth this pain and anger.
Did you have it for Nintendo, Super, or Sega?
I had it for Super Nintendo because I had the Super Nintendo.
I had it for Sega. And trust me, I got to the point where this game is just...
It doesn't even matter what fucking console it was on. it's just straight rage fuel. You just like,
It is because it's like you try to beat something up and then they just come after you and you
and
just.
what was even worse for those damn games was those fucking speeder levels.
Well,
Where
yeah,
the
when
damn
you're
thing is
when
going so fast.
and the thing
you have
comes
to
in
have-
and pop, and then you just.
You have to have superhuman fucking reflexes to even just hit the button to jump or dodge or something. It's like, are you serious?
Yeah, it was a lot of like, ugh, God.
Yeah. A lot of veins in the forehead.
again, Battletoads, and then they did another one too, Battletoads and Double Dragon.
Yes, Double Dragon is not as
No,
hard.
no, I can
but
play-
it is pretty difficult.
See, I was gonna put Double Dragon and Battletoads
I
on
was
there,
too,
it's like,
but I changed my mind.
I could do Double
Yeah.
Dragon, but they did do a Battletoads and Double Dragon on the same thing,
Yes, I did know
and that was still fucking pain in the ass. But
Yeah.
Battletoads by itself is takes the cake for the
that. It's just like,
yeah.
break controller.
Brick controller, exactly. Brick controller. So yeah, Battletoads is just, even if they did a remastered version, or I would not play it.
Yeah, and I don't see, that's the other thing. They put it on the Switch for the Super Nintendo, Battletoads.
Yeah.
I dabbled into it the day it came out, and I'm like, nope, I'm done.
Did you?
Even with
You
my,
actually played like one level?
yeah, I played a level, and
You
then
died?
by the time I got to the second level, I was dying, and I'm like,
Brought
ugh.
back memories.
And I'm like, okay, so I was like, you know what? Let me try this. Because the reason I tried it, because I had the turbo controller function, so I was like, maybe the turbo will help me out with this. No.
Yeah.
Because the enemies can actually bypass you with
the
that.
thing about it to me it was fun because it's some stuff like when you punch and then your fist gets big and then you
Yeah,
punch.
I mean,
it's
that
like,
was cool. And it kind of made me laugh. But then it's like, then you start dying.
yeah.
And then you're dying.
You know what really pain in the enemy in those damn games? Like I said, I don't know anything really far into it. Like you said,
Me neither.
But there's big walking like lamp looking things.
Yes.
They just keep kicking you and kicking you.
And that's what I was getting into. And even when I was using the turbo function on my controller, they were still bypassing, even though I'm like swinging. And like, they're like, bitch, get out of here.
Yeah, because like you want to beat them up so you can get the pole.
Yeah.
But it just Battletoads. Like I said, it was rough. The next one on my list is of course Mega Man.
Now, I'll tell you right now, I mean, I know a little about Mega Man. I've played some, but you probably know more about it than I do. I do know it's a very difficult game.
It is.
And I think I heard something about Mega Man 9 was one of the hardest ones.
I think
That's
9.
what I heard.
I think 9 or 8 or something like that. But the first three on the Nintendo, they were a pain in the ass. Like by the time you get like to the first boss, you have like, this is your life, and it's like the boss's life is like this. It's like, how am I supposed to fight him?
You can't. You can't.
I mean, I know, like the older, not say older one, but the newer Mega Man one, they have like all the wall jump-ins and all that stuff, makes it easier. But I'm talking about the first
Not
three.
by much, though.
Mega Man was, I mean, it was a difficult game. It was. And There's a lot of like, that's it, I'm done. Like I said, when you first start up the game, you have, Dr. Wily or whatever, and then you have all the people. You got to beat all the bosses first before you fight him. I got like maybe 1 or 2 or 3 bosses, and then like after that, because after you beat a boss, you get like their powers.
Yeah.
I'll beat 1 or 3, and then after I'm like, can't beat him, and they're like, you know what, I'm done. Put Zelda in. Put something else in. Put something else in there.
Something I can actually do.
Yeah. But there is one game that's not on the list here, but it did, not to get off the list, but it just did come on the Switch in the Nintendo library. It's still, I died. Cobra Triangle.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, dude, this game is awesome. And then I got to like the third board. I'm like, this game sucks.
Like, I'm done.
Seriously, because it was a stupid ass board where there's like a bunch of people in the water and you gotta protect them, and you have other boats grabbing them and go off the screen.
Yeah.
After you lose all 10,
Yeah.
and they're just coming so fast, your boat's moving so slow, and they're like going so fast, and you're like, I can't. No, I was like, fuck it. Earthworm Jim.
Oh. Now, I will say this about Earthworm Jim: the first few levels is all right. I mean, they're manageable.
What level are you thinking about?
You know what level I'm talking about? The fucking water when you're in the goddamn submarine trying to bypass.
That's not even a submarine. That's a little platform with a glass barbel. That's not even a submarine, man. That's a stupid little fucking little cup with a bauble on it.
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now.
And then when you go down the little thing, you keep bump, 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 and when you start cracking and water comes in there, that's it.
Man, I'll tell you right now. I can't believe I've not turned into Super Saiyan after trying to do that shit. I mean, I would scream.
Even the first board is sometimes there's damn fucking crows. You know, they come get
those
you.
Crows are annoying as hell.
Those
man.
little fucking dogs. You know,
and the dogs are not so bad unless you like get in their path. Like most of the time, when you deal with the dogs, was usually like when you're climbing the wire.
Yeah, then you shoot down.
Yeah, you shoot down, but sometimes they'll jump up and they'll nail you, and you're like, "Get off me, you fucking mutt!"
Yeah, the crows were, but yeah,
the crows though, they'll come at you, and they're like, and what would piss me off is you're shooting at them, and they're going everywhere. You miss most of the time, and then they finally grab you, and you're like, yanking you around. You're like, "Get the fuck off me!"
So basically, the main thing would be the water level for that.
Yeah, definitely the water level because that's
I think there's two of them.
Really?
I think
you're talking about another level that's...
I think there's...
I know what you're talking about. It's that fucking escort one where you have to take this dog.
Oh my god.
And it won't jump. So you have to whip it.
Oh, don't give me that.
And then if he gets hit, he turns into a fucking beast and he's like, grah, and just brings you back farther.
I remember that one. Remember.
That's if you ever get past the goddamn submarine one.
Oh, yeah. So that escort was after the water one.
Yes.
But after that, I think there is another water one.
Are you serious?
I think so.
I've never been there.
I don't know. If you guys think so, put it down in the comments. But I think there is another. I don't know. Because I think I was on YouTube just seeing like somebody trying to play a full thing.
Wow.
And I think it is. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah, if there was, I don't know because I never made it that far in Earthworm Jim.
Exactly. Like I said,
and
most of these games we're going to talk about, most of them, like I said, at least probably half of them we never beaten the whole thing.
I'm not afraid to admit that. The other part of that was the first one was kind of easy, but the space race with that rooster or whatever.
Oh my god, I remember that thing.
Yeah, and it
was it like you go this way, right? And then you had to go like this and shit.
Weave and wild through fucking asteroids and
exactly.
You gotta find the boosters and and then if you hit enough rocks, you can see him creeping up, and then all of a sudden he just passes you. You're like,
oh yeah. Like I said, man, a lot of anger games, man, a lot of games. Another one here. You said it was hard. I said it was easy, but my main thing was Ninja Gaiden. Remember, guys, it's Ninja Gaiden, not Ninja Gaiden. I don't know why people say that. It's Ninja Gaiden. You said the Nintendo one was hard.
Oh yeah, and most of you probably will agree with me on this one. Every Ninja Gaiden is fucking rage fuel. I mean, I've never beaten the game.
Okay.
I've never beaten the original NES, and I haven't even played any of the newer ones at all.
Okay, so me personally, the NES ones, I have beaten them.
You're a unicorn on that one.
NES versions, I beat them. The ones that were really hard was the ones that they did for the Xbox.
Yeah, I did hear about those being extremely difficult
and
too.
And the thing is that I'm trying to think. The game that we got in America for Ninja Gaiden for the Xbox, which is Ninja Gaiden. I can't remember, but when they imported it to America,
yeah,
our version settings was their hard.
There was another game that had that kind of setting.
Or no.
I think you're thinking of Devil May Cry.
No. Our setting was their. I'm sorry. Our setting, normal mode was their easy mode.
Yeah, there was another game that, like I said, I think it was Devil May Cry. I don't remember which one, but also had a setting. Our normal was their hard.
Well, why would it be their hard?
I don't know. That's because I was doing some research today, and that's what I was reading about.
if you guys leave down in the comments below, if because Devil May Cry was a nice fun game. I played the shit.
I think
out
it
of
was the second one they were talking
I
about.
played all those because my other friend John.
And that's the thing. I mean, because Devil May Cry, if some reason, is screaming in my head of that exact scenario.
Right. If you guys know, leave it in the comments below. But to me, like I said, Ninja Gaiden, for the Xbox, it was very difficult. Like, you can sit there and upgrade your sword.
Yeah.
And you still slash these motherfuckers, and they just won't die. They just come after you and after you. And you're just losing health. Then I think a couple years later, they made a Ninja Gaiden Sigma, which basically lowered the difficulties.
Okay.
And people were playing it, and they're still hard to play. The Ninja Gaiden games for the Xbox.
But it made it somewhat manageable, at least.
Somewhat manageable. So then, a year ago or two, they made Ninja Gaiden for the Switch. It was called the Ninja Gaiden Masters Collection, and it was.
I think I heard of that.
So I downloaded it. It was like $30, so basically like $10 each game. It's not bad. So I'm like, I'm gonna give it another try. Still fucking pain in the ass. I said, fuck this shit. I'm like, man, it's still like it was still even hard. I don't know. Exactly. Because the first board, second board is easy, but once you get like to the third and fourth, it's like you're running out of health. It's just like, I give up. I didn't even finish playing the damn things. So yeah, Ninja Gaiden for the Xbox is basically where I draw the line. For the Super Nintendo was easy.
Not for me, because I think it was like last month I actually went on the NES version on the Switch. I tried playing it. My God. I was like, hell with this crap. I mean, it's pissing me off.
The thing is that when you play the Ninja Gaiden on Nintendo, it almost looks like Turtles, doesn't it?
A little bit.
It does. It has
a very similar graphic style.
It does. You're like, am I playing Turtles or am I playing Ninja? So yeah.
The only thing that was different is the way he swung, because like Leonardo from Turtles, he went like this.
Yeah.
And he goes like this.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the only thing that was different.
Yeah. So yeah, me personally, Ninja Gaiden was on there. I say, Xbox me, you say Nintendo.
Yep.
Another game too, I haven't played on the Nintendo. I played it, never got a chance to play on the Nintendo, so I played on an emulator, like when I first got married. My wife told me to play this game. It's also now on the Switch. Solar Jetman.
I have not played that. I've even played it on the Switch. So.
Have you even heard of it?
Actually, no.
Yeah.
I think I just bypassed it every time I was on my game.
Solar Jetman is a Nintendo game, and basically what it is that I totally forgot what it was, but you're in a little spaceship, right? And each board has a different gravity. So you have fuel. You take your rocket ship and you like. But if the gravity is like 400 gravity, and then you have to go through.
Struggling.
You have to struggle and you have to go through little obstacles and you're bumping into things. Oh, dude. It was a pain in the ass, man, because like each board, the gravity was different.
Oh my God, that. Ugh.
Sometimes it'd be like no gravity, so you blast off real fast and then you'll hit a rock or something and damage your ship. Or sometimes it'd be like the gravity's like plus 400 and you're like, come on.
See, you're kind of already deterred me for even giving it a shot at this point.
But yeah, it's on the Switch. It's Nintendo.
Wow.
So yeah, Solar Jetman. Because we're like going through different games. I had an emulator for my PC when we first got our apartment, and she's like, "Oh, you ever played a game?" I'm like, "I never even heard of it." And she goes, "Oh, find it." So I found it. Got the controller, was in there playing. I'm like, "Why's my ship not moving?" She goes, "Because look at your damn thing. Your gravity's this, and then some boards."
You're like, seriously?
Yeah. So Solar Jetman was for the Nintendo.
Yeah, that one, like I said, never heard of that one. I never even seen it on the Switch.
Yeah, it's basically, and then I think what you need to do is in that game is you have to find more parts for your ship to basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So basically, you have to land, and then you have to land. So if your thing is 400, you just get. Your shit will explode.
Boom. Well, then that sucks.
Yeah. So Solar Jetman, I think that's one of the up there with the hardest games. This one here, I'm sure if your brothers out here, we can all agree. Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Oh yes, we all. I've never beaten it. I know you've never beaten it.
Nope.
I know my brother hasn't beaten it.
Nope.
So it's a fun game, but it's got so many levels on top of that.
By the time you like get so far, you have no health
It's
or
like-
you have no ammo.
It's like by the time you even get to the 5th damn level,
You're
you're
already-
dealing with this freaking chainsaw guys, and you can't even kill them.
Dun, dun, dun.
And the only thing you gotta do is deter them by these damn clown blow up dolls you set for as
As a
a
distraction.
distraction, so you can get the hell out of Dodge. And
Yeah.
you only have so many of those, and you're like, by the time you're like, oh.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you manage to pass that, you finally get into the I think it was level 10.
The mall with the fucking little demon axe kids.
Not that, I mean, yeah, they pissed me off. It's the one level with the giant ass baby.
Oh,
And even
yeah.
when you turn into the freaking beast with the potion, that baby will still flatten your ass. You're like, get the fuck out of here. Fun game, but it does piss you the hell off.
Exactly. And I think the thing is that I don't even know what level we got to. Maybe 15.
I'll tell you this right now, and this is God's honest truth. I've made it up to level, I think it was 58 or something like that. And
Tell me with your brother, not by yourself.
no, by myself.
Holy shit.
And at the time when I did it, it wasn't on the Switch, so I had to indicate passwords.
Oh yeah, because after so
So-
many levels, you do get
It
passwords.
took
in the
me
game.
days to do this.
But here's the thing: is when you get the password, you put the passwords in, you lose all your. You go back down to your
yeah,
ammo.
you go back. Yeah, that's why I think at the point where I left off, I think it was 58 because I think 55 was where the password would take you, and I'd get up to finally 58, and I think it was one of those alien levels. I think.
Oh my god! I remember those alien levels.
Oh my god! It was like.
Yeah, that had a lot of the aliens, the giant ants.
This giant ant in the what was it?
Werewolves?
Not the werewolves pissed me off too, and the vampires, and those the Egyptian levels with the freaking giant graboid like worms.
That's the one we got stuck at. Me and his brother got stuck because I had no other weapon. I was stuck. They just kept going. I didn't know where the fuck to go, and I was like out of everything. We're like, fuck this. We're done. Turning the game
And
off.
I finally had managed to pass that, but trust me, it took blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah, like I said, most I mean, Zombies Ate My Neighbors were all is much easier than like Contra and Battletoads.
Oh,
but
definitely.
Still hard.
I mean, at least with that, I was able to at least manage to get up somewhat on levels at least.
Yeah, can you imagine if you had like a game Genie over that damn thing? Infinity ammo.
I'm
that's all
telling
I
you,
need.
I was always wishing for that.
Yeah, I remember, like I said, I never had a Super Nintendo because, like I said, in one of my podcasts, I think I said where Christmas came around, my mom got us to Sega, so I didn't really have Super. So I remember like one time, going to a friend's house, we played Turtles in Time, and then I came down here, met you, and then I saw Zombies Ate My Neighbors. And even though Zombies Ate My Neighbors were on a Sega,
Yeah.
I still didn't get it. We had other games,
So
but then
you finally played it on Super Nintendo
with
over
you
my
guys.
house.
And I'm like, this is cool. I was like, what's this cool game? And you're like, it's very hard. I'm like, let's play. And then we were playing. I'm like, this game is fucking
You finally
hard.
understood what I was talking about. You're
Because
like,
I remember you telling me like nobody in my family beat this game. I'm like, I think between me and you or your brother, we can get the shit done.
and
Nope.
both me and my brother looked at you like,
Yeah.
I'm not so sure about
I'm like,
that.
how hard can this game be? And then we started playing. It's like you and your brother played. Me and your brother played. Me and you were playing. Like all three
You
of us
had a
like
reality
fun.
check on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Fun game, but still one of the difficult games I never beaten. I think all these games on the list right now I have not beaten. Turtles, never beaten. Contra, never beaten. Battletoads, never beaten. Mega Man, never beaten. Earthworm Jim,
I think it was like one or two that I actually did beat, but and then Turtles was one.
I think the only thing that I know somebody beat was my wife who beat Turtles, and she said one time. One time. That was
I
it.
said the same thing.
Yeah.
Now I've beaten Turtles with the Game Genie, but legitly only one time.
Yeah. So, yeah, I never beaten any of these games. Another one too was you have on here Mario Brothers
The Lost Levels.
I never even played those.
It's...
And apparently that was supposed to be our Mario 2.
Yeah, that was supposed to be the original Mario 2, not the one we ended up
But
getting.
apparently they said it was too hard for America, so they said, fuck it.
And they were right. They were right.
Is it on Switch?
It is.
Is it that hard?
Even with the goddamn rewind function, it's still...
Okay, all right. I'll have to give it a try. Like, what makes it so? What makes it so hard from like the serious? Is it too many enemies or just?
It's not. It's like there's too many pits. You know, like where you fall and die. There is enemies even in the environment because the wind. There's certain levels where there's wind. So if you jump and the wind will push you right into an enemy.
Now, does it look like?
It looks like the original
NES.
Yeah, it looks like the original one that
they just ramped
up the difficulty.
So you said there's wind.
There's wind. I mean, even the jumping, like trying to land on certain platforms.
Here's a question. You said there's wind blowing. So if you jump, does it take Mario?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Like I said, if you jump and there, because it doesn't just constantly stay, it'll stop, wind, stop.
Now, does the wind blow both ways?
One way.
One way.
I haven't gotten up far enough in the game where if there is one that goes backwards, I don't know.
Like you're trying to jump and the wind blows you.
You're like, get the hell out of here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like it's not just the enemies. It's the environment. It's the obstacles. You name it. It's difficult in every sense of the word.
Oh, let's see my speedrun that shit.
You know what? I've never seen a speedrun, and I would love to see it. If anyone has ever done it.
Now, there's another game you had on your list is Cruising USA.
Yes.
Me, personally, I mean, yes, there are parts because, okay, what makes it hard, what you just said, what you said earlier, too, about the game. Yes, what makes it hard is that you have to be first place all the time to advance to the next level. So that does make it hard.
And some of those races, what makes some of them try to get first place hard, they've got so many obstacles in the race. You got people climbing and driving and you run, smack you right into you and slows you down.
This is a game that probably, I don't even think, it's, like I said, we're talking about Game Genie and all that stuff. Those wouldn't even work because it's a racing game.
Yeah.
It's what are you going to do? Make you first place no matter what,
I think that'd be the only thing they could do because even if you're not in
put
first,
a code
you're
in.
first place.
First place no matter what place you're in. I mean, I'm in 10th place. You're first. You go.
You advance. That would be the only thing, but
some of the boards some of the boards in there were pain in the ass, like the Redwood Forest.
Oh
because
my god!
The road is like this, and then you hit and you bump,
and it goes like this,
and then you bump, and you're like, when you're in Chicago, you come out of the tunnel, you got like this, all the things, and you hit that.
What was the worst right now? What was the worst tracks? Was the 2-lane roads. When you the other ones, when you had the 4-lane roads, not bad. You got some room. You got breathing room. You get those damn 2-lane tracks.
Or somewhere where you come over the hill and then the road turns.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden there's a car coming in as you're going down the hill because you didn't even know it was coming.
And then like sometimes what really pisses me off in that game is like you're in first and you see the flag and then all of a sudden it's right there. Yeah. Fuck it.
I mean, I literally broke a 64 controller over that game.
I never did that.
Because you gotta think, my room, we had my mom pulled up the carpet in our room and they had hard floor. So it pissed me off.
I don't even think the carpet would have saved it.
No, I don't think it would. But concrete versus the plastic controller, the concrete's gonna win every time. And I threw that thing as hard as I could on the floor. It shattered into fucking pieces.
Now I know another game you had on your list. I didn't really think, but since we were talking about Cruising USA, you said RC Pro Am.
Yeah.
That's it. Now Cruising USA, obviously we all beat because it's a racing game, just a little practice, a little effort, but also to RC Pro Am for the Nintendo. I never beaten the game because I think in certain levels there's a car that automatically just takes off real fast. Yeah. And it just goes around. It's like.
Now, I will tell you this right now. I've beaten it, but I didn't beat it by myself. I beat it with my cousin.
Now, the thing
way back in the day.
CJ does have it on his channel. Go check it out. You did get pretty...
I didn't do too bad with that, really, because, I mean, even on my own, I did pretty good. And
you got pretty far. You got, like, maybe, 18 races in or some shit?
Something like that. And I think, basically, overall, I had more first place, no, more second place than anything. I basically brought home the silver medal.
All right, we're talking about RC Pro AM. Sorry about that interruption, guys. So you got pretty far in that.
Yeah,
And
like I said, I made the silver medal on that one.
yeah, so like I said, I never got that far. When I saw your video up, I'm watching, I'm like, this motherfucker got farther than me, and it was shit.
Like I said, I used to play that with my cousin back in the day, and me and her were really good at it. So.
Yeah. RC
And
Pro
me and her eventually did beat it. We got good enough, and we took turns because it was like mostly. But she do a race, I do a race. You know.
Yeah, because you can't have two people in there.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
As far as I know, you could. I don't think so. So yeah, we always used to take turns with it. But if I couldn't do a level, she was like, "Let me do it," and then I'm like, "All right." And we just got through it that way. It took us a long time to do, but we did it.
But like I said, check out his channel. He played it on there. Also, too, these are some other games that we're going to talk about. Like I said, not really sure how long the video is going to be, but you have Ghosts and Ghouls, or
Yes.
Ghouls and Ghosts. Sorry.
Ghouls and Ghosts.
I never played it for the Super Nintendo. So,
Because of the Switch now, I've actually been able to play all three versions. The Nintendo version, Super Nintendo version, I've already played that many times, and the Sega version.
have you beat them all?
I've only beaten the Super Nintendo version, and probably some of you guys know this, but in case of the ones who don't know, you have to, in order to beat the game fully, you have to go through the game, beat it. In order to get the true ending, you have to do it all over again. From level 1 all the way to finally get the true ending.
No, I was thinking. I'm sorry, guys. I was thinking about a different game because I'm listening to you, but I'm like, sounds familiar. But then I remember, like, oh, that's a different game. I remember the nerd, Angry Video Game Nerd.
Oh yeah,
He was playing a game. I think it was Jack and Hyde. He's like, to get a true ending, you had to beat the game one way, and then you had to do something and then go through the game backwards.
Oh shit!
And I think that's the game, but it's like when you like Tom, I'm like, is this the one? It's like no, it's not it. But so you had to beat the game first time,
yes,
and then go through a second time to get a different ending.
Yes. And yeah, the second time around is going to be harder.
Is that the game where like you get your armor, you get hit, and you lose your armor?
Yep.
And then you like basically run around in
your
fucking
it's
underwear?
like for that one basically, you only get hit twice. You hit once with armor, you hit again, you're dead. And it don't matter because you got upgraded armor. I was going to say ammo. Armor. There's like 2 different special armors. You get your regular armor, then you get this green armor, which has special abilities, and then you get a gold armor, which has one extra like special move. If you charge up your attack all the way, you'll do this a special ability. And then the gold armor also gets a special shield too, which gives you a little bit of extra power. But still, you get hit, the armor's gone, no matter what.
And then you're back in your underwear.
Yep.
And then you get hit, your bones.
Yep. I love that. You get armor, boxers, bones.
Exactly. Yeah, I never played it, but I watched you play it.
Yeah.
And I remember, like I said, is that the dude with the underwear? Because I remember,
Yes,
exactly. The next game on the list is Pilot Wings.
Oh yes.
Why did you have Pilot Wings on your list?
It's a fun game, but some of the things because it's basically kind of like an old school Super Nintendo version of flight simulator style.
Right.
And there are certain things like they'll tell you, okay, take off. And you got to go through these rings. The first few levels are pretty easy, and then they start getting more harder and harder, and then
The
it's like
hang gliders were hard.
oh, don't get me started with that.
And it's crazy because
And
sometimes
what was even worse than that was the parachute. Now, the parachute going out was easy. Landing in the designated spot they want you to go in, hard.
Yeah, you get minus points.
Yeah.
For that shit. So yeah, Pilot Wings. I started playing that on the Switch. I did go through the
The Super Nintendo version.
I started playing it.
Okay.
And mess around, but there's certain parts in that where I'm supposed to land.
Yeah.
You crash your shit.
Yeah, you have
because
to
it's coming,
land
I'm coming
on
way,
point.
I'm coming way too hot.
Yep.
Or like you come in too soft and
You don't make
the target's
the
way out there.
designated spot.
You're like here. You're like I still got 100 feet to go.
Yeah. So I mean,
But I think the hardest thing in Pilot Wings even in the 64 version, which you don't like,
Yes.
is now is the hang glide stuff.
Yeah, I think that was a lot to do with the hang gliding in the 64 version, right?
Yeah, was there hang gliding in Nintendo, Super Nintendo?
Um,
No, I don't think
no,
so.
it was the parachute.
Parachute, yeah, because you remember a lot of
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, the hang glide in the 64 version was a pain in the ass
I mean,
because
it's
like
not as hard
you go like
as
this, and then when you start getting so low, because they have big old like wind tunnels that
Yeah.
bring you, if you don't get there, you just
you go down. I mean, mind you, Pilot Wings is not as hard as some of these other games we've mentioned here, but it still has this level of rage where you're like, okay, I'm getting annoyed not getting in the spot that I need to get to.
exactly because you need at least get a gold or a silver to move on.
Yeah.
And you keep getting bronze
And
and,
it comes back
bronze.
to that. It kind of comes back to that Cruising USA style that makes it irritating.
It's like these levels, like you need like 100 points, and you miss
And
it
then-
by like 5 points or
And
so.
if you don't do it right, and so many times, you have to start the entire game over again. So you're starting from scratch.
Because
You're
they base you on points, and it's like you could sit there and do it like 5 times, and you could be so shy of 1 or 2 points.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I'll do it the next time, and then the next time you do it, you're even shyer because like you did something wrong. It's
Yep.
like fuck.
You was trying to be too cautious, and you didn't go as far as you wanted, or you wasn't as cautious enough, and you went too far.
Exactly.
So it's like.
Yeah, probably. And they had gas in their planes, right? In the super, because I know in the 64 version you had when you do like the flying one, you had gas, and there's like one.
I don't think it was in every level. I think it was only in some levels.
The ones where you had at least the plane, because I mean obviously there's no gas for parachuting.
Yeah.
But I know like in the 64 version there's a gas. There is certain ones you have gas because there's a like a helicopter version thing.
Yeah, they also had the helicopter, and I think that was the skydiving because the helicopter took off and then the cutscene and then you jump out. Okay, so I was getting that confused.
In 64, they have a helicopter, and the thing is, there's a board called Little States. So it's like it's the United States. And it's cool. You can like go in there and stuff like that. So in part of like where Georgia's supposed to be, there's a gas station. So if you land your thing just right, it's not like a helicopter. There's like a gyrocopter, so it's basically has like a thing, right?
Yeah,
so if you land it just right in the gas station, you refill your gas up, and then you just take off. But again, you got to come in just right so you don't bounce off the thing or blow up or whatever. But so
and it didn't take much either to damage those damn planes in those games because it's like
so
just like
Polywings I never really beaten because I could never advance because certain things were just so damn hard.
I don't think I've ever actually beaten Pilot Wings. I think I came very close because I was really dedicated to trying to do it, and I finally got fed up. One day I was like missing the target several times.
You realize like most of these games we're talking about we've never beaten. Unless we had the power of the game Genie, the power of the game Shark. Like I swear, I think the only game we talked about was Cruising USA, where we both beat. And you played Ghouls and Ghosts.
I've beaten that.
And Turtles once.
Yep.
The next game comes up is 3. Ultra Beast.
I've never
beaten it. I never beaten it.
I never beat it. Again, with this one, I came very close. And this one, even though it's a very difficult game, it has a very special place in my heart because
you get the power ups.
Not just that, but I used to play that game with my my real dad.
Oh shit!
Because my mom's house, because my parents were divorced, so I spend the summers at my dad's house for the school year with my mom. So when I went to summer, my dad had the Sega Genesis.
Your mom had a Super.
Yeah. So he had Ultra Beast, and that was the first time I played it. So. And me and him used to play it quite a bit.
Yeah, because I remember the first board you become the wolf.
Yep.
The second one you were
the dragon.
And that's the only thing I remember.
And then the third one you become a bear.
That's where I stopped.
And then the fourth one you become a tiger.
Never became the tiger.
Yeah.
So level 3 was for me. But I just remember the thing, rise from your grave.
Yes.
And then you start playing, and then you're
like
this scrawny little dude.
And each power up, you get
up.
You get a little jacked, and then you get the third jack. You're like, poof.
And your nipples are hard. And then, and then the fourth one is where you become the
The friggin' beast within.
Yeah, exactly. Ultra Beast for the Sega, or I think it's for the Super Nintendo.
I only know it for the Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
Let me know if it's for the Super Nintendo.
Yeah,
if you
please.
guys know, I've only known it to be on Sega Genesis.
Yeah,
So.
me too. But yeah, Ultra Beast, like I said, I played it with you. I had it myself, and I remember like the first three, like you said, the wolf,
Yeah.
the dragon, and then you said the bear. Yeah, I remember those. But then it's like after that, man, it was just too much fucking.
The only
crazy.
reason I really remember the tiger because I went through it, and I think I was playing the game a couple months ago, and yeah, I was using some of the rewind function on that. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
But I made it to the tiger, and that level just kind of kicked the boss kicked my ass.
I played it for the Switch too because I remember like playing it and like the blue pig comes,
Yeah.
right? And you try to kick him. It's like I was kicking the thing and he just kept going off the screen. I'm like, I kicked the motherfucker.
It's like, look, you think you kicked it, but for some reason the game didn't register as you hitting it, so you're like, next time I see you, pig.
Exactly. So that's another thing too. Have you guys ever played these games from the Switch and not used the rewind function?
Use it. It's a godsend, please.
It is. Even my brother-in-law said, he goes, "Where the fuck was this at when we were kids?"
That's what I keep saying. And I say that on my channels. Anytime I'm playing these games, I'll try not to use the rewind function, but, it happens.
But there is one game that's not on the list. It should be on the list. I've never beaten the game, even with the rewind function. It's not on here, but it's Sonic Spinball.
I played that last week.
Sonic Spinball.
I never played it for it. And
I gotten it for a present, and I was like, cool. I like Sonic. I like pinball. This game had me, dude. If that game right there. Now I'll tell you the truth. Not breaking controllers, not raging anything, but the best thing you could do for a system that had a uploader is to rip the cartridge right out of the fucking system.
No, I got a story for that one.
Yeah, that would be for another time. But yeah, I mean, it's like the 64, the Super Nintendo, and the Sega, man, was an uploader. So basically, you get pissed off, man, you want to break, you can just rip that shit right and just throw the game across the fucking room.
He's definitely known for that.
Yep. But yeah, Sonic Spinball, man, even with the Switch, I was playing that and I died. I rewind. And then you do something else and you die and rewind. Because that game had me because it's like, you're supposed to play like pinball.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to go, as you're supposed to go up. But sometimes like you hit it and Sonic doesn't go where it needs to go. It just keeps going. So you're in this one spot for like a half hour to an hour.
Yeah.
And you haven't even progressed to the other parts of it. It just keeps going in circles. You're like
I said, my first time with that was, I think it was last week. Sorry. I played it for the first time and I was like, this is weird.
Yeah, so Sonic Spinball. It's not on the list, but it should be because to me that was a pain. I never beat the game, but I got to maybe the third level and it's like, come on, and I'm done, no more. Because I remember when the game came out for this, when they brought it to the Switch and when the Sega came in, I was like, you know what? Let me give this game one more try. Started playing for about an hour. I was in the same fucking.
I can't believe you made it that far.
I was just like, you know what? After another hour or two, I was like, I'm done. I'm done. No more.
I would have paid you 20 minutes.
This time you can't rip the game out of the system.
No, you definitely can't. Not this time.
You just turn the TV off and walk away.
Like, fuck this shit.
For real. I'm not hurling my Switch across the room.
No, definitely not. Things are not built like they used to be.
I think the next game we have on the list, and if you have any more, is Mike Tyson Punch Out.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever beaten the game?
Hell no. I've never beaten that game.
Nope. Little Mac always dies.
And you know what? I got a little fun story. I don't know if you heard about this, but there's a video out there where they got actually Mike Tyson himself that tried to fight himself in that game.
So he was playing Little Mac?
Yeah.
Did he win?
Hell no. He got his ass whooped by himself. He beat his ass.
Yeah, I just never played that game. I mean, I got so far, even with passcodes, it's like, come on.
Yep.
It's like...
Hey, what is hard about that? I mean, there's little windows when your opponent is going to make a hit. But it comes in a way it's very hard to read and try to figure out which way you're supposed
exactly.
to dodge.
Exactly.
You're like,
you know that one guy that he just goes in circles like this?
Yes.
That's where I fucking die. Because he just goes bop, 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 and he
I
just...
think that's where the guy I left off at, because I could not, because he's so hard to read. You're like, which way am I supposed to go?
So, yeah.
Even with on the Switch with the rewind function, I rewinded.
Yeah.
I'm like...
And the thing is, it's like, my wife, I remember, it was when the Switch, and I was sitting there playing. My wife was on the sofa, like, playing, and she goes, no, you're doing it wrong. I'm like, here, fucking do it.
Just like, do it. I've had enough of this garbage.
And she's like, she's playing, she's like, you gotta get stars. I'm like, how do you get stars? Because I guess you gotta hit them right to do.
See, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, and then she's like, go this way, go this. And then I remember watching people, it was on the other channel, Good Mythical Morning.
Yes.
They were playing Punch Out with the Power Glove. Dude.
That's right. You showed me that. I forgot about that.
Who in the hell would sit there and play that game with the Power Glove? That thing, we were even talking about that in our other podcast, was accessories with the Power Glove. That thing sucks so much dick. I don't even know why it was like people, oh, the power of the glove. I'm
It's like,
yeah, exactly. I mean,
hey, you're gonna get your ass whooped in the first couple of rounds.
You're tired. You're just like doing this shit all
Yeah.
the time. But it's like,
I mean, how you gonna get all the way to Mike Tyson with that? Your arm's gonna be like, oh my god.
so, yeah. So Mike Tyson Punch Out was, and then they did Super Punch Out, right?
Yes, for the Super Nintendo.
Did you play it?
I have not played it.
So, yeah. So I never played.
I mean, I may try it now, just for the hell of it, just to see how it is. But yeah, I've never played it.
So basically, yeah, those are a couple games we have. There's probably more stuff out there that we can list. Other things out there. But if you guys have any other games, please put them down in the comments down below.
Definitely.
If you guys beat them without the Game Genie or Game Shark, without any codes, any mods, please let us know. Because like I said, most of these games here I talked to, I probably only beat one. That's probably Cruising USA.
Yeah.
Anything else, like I said, Turtles, no. Contra, no. Battletoads, no. Mega Man, Earthworm Jim. Ninja Gaiden, except for the Nintendo, yes. Xbox, no. Solar Jetman.
Yeah, so that's the thing. That's two that you was able to beat, and I think I got 3 or 4. I think I said I beat.
Well, you said you beat Turtles once.
Yeah.
Cruising USA, obviously.
Yeah, that's 2.
And then Ghouls and Ghosts.
Ghouls and Ghosts.
Was once.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And the one I beat was for Super Nintendo.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't even beaten the one for 64 Pilot Wings. Because again, you have to get like different goals and stuff like that. But anyways, guys, that'll be it for this podcast. Hope that you guys like it. And always, we'll see you guys in the next video.
And always keep gaming.
Exactly. Remember, loving up is growing up, or growing up is loving up. Sorry. Blooper.